Good morning, everybody. This is Chris Pfluger, the Chief Development Officer here at We Insure, and I want to welcome you to our summer edition of We Wonder. So we want to welcome you to our We Wonder, and we have some special guests with us today to talk a little bit on a topic that we broached in the last week, but we did not advertise. So we're going to have it today, kind of a little bit about We Insure as an ancillary business, not your primary line of business. You could be a financial planner, or you may have, health and life with a lot of customers, but you decide to add the property and casualty component. Or it could be that, you own a real estate office, as we have today with our two guests. Two We Insure agency owners, and they also own, the primary line of business is a very successful and large United real estate franchise company as well. So working primarily in insurance and then adding this as an ancillary. So that's our topic today with We Wonder. And we are very excited to have you both. Welcome, Leo and Yvonne. How are you?
We're doing great. Thank you for the invitation. We're excited to be on, and it's exciting for us as well.
Excellent. Well, you guys have hit the ground running. You both got licensed on the property and casualty side as well, so you both understood it and can start it. And you are talking about adding another person as we go through. But I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, a little bit about your background. You've been in real estate primarily. You do a lot of things in real estate, the Weston, Florida area. And so tell us about yourself. I'll let you start.
Sure. I'll go ahead and start. Is that okay, Yvonne?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Well, we grew up in California, and we moved down to Florida in 2000. In 2002, I got my real estate license, and in 2006, became a broker and opened up my first brokerage. So I've been doing in real estate for about almost 20 years now. Insurance has always been something that has interested me for many reasons, and we'll probably touch on that today. But prior to We Insure, we actually wanted to strike a strategic partnership with an insurance company, and we met with several companies. It just didn't make sense on the relationship. So out of nowhere, we received some information on We Insure. They had a local event, and we decided to go over there. They were offering free food, so it was a great idea. We're realtors. We like to go to open houses. Yeah, so went down there. Yeah, we went down there, and we really liked the presentation. We knew it was something that we wanted to add. Our office, our business model, really lends itself to recruiting a lot of agents, getting a lot of agents. And I felt that insurance was a great piece because not only does it allow us to leverage our agents and help them close deal and go through the closing process, but it gives us a little bit more control, right? It allows us to make sure that they're getting the best product at the best price on the insurance side. So what we're seeing now, and we're still babies, right? With the franchise, we just launched. Perfect timing, right when COVID hit. So we were able to actually, and I say that half jokingly, we were able to actually concentrate a lot on launching the We Insure franchise because real estate kind of took a little pause, right? So the franchise itself has been really, really exciting. We feel like there's so many benefits to it. But as far as answering your question, Chris, that's kind of a little bit of my background. 18 years as a real estate agent, most of it as a real estate broker, owner of an office. And I guess Yvonne could share some of what she does.
Sure.
Thank you, Leonard. So my background, very similar. We have been working together in real estate since 2006. And basically, I started as a right hand, and then we became true partners, and we have been managing our own office since then. Then we started with the United Real Estate franchise, which gave us an opportunity to grow and be able to offer more tools and training and resources to our agents. And along those lines, we always felt like we wanted to add the component of insurance. And I remember a few years ago, many years ago, Leonard always kept mentioning the insurance piece. It was always something that attracted him. And we just, it was something that we always had as an end goal to get to that eventually. So we are really excited that we found We Insure, and it has been a great experience so far. We're gonna, I'm sure, cover all the details about that. And I'm just excited. It's been a great thing that we're able to offer additional services to our agents, to our clients, to lenders that we work with. So it's a great opportunity.
Great. No, and again, I met you guys when you first joined end of last year, and it was definitely very excited, a good fit culturally on both sides, and that I think was important to you in our earlier conversations was kind of the cultural fit. Having access to 150 carriers and having the support down on the back end is a key component to just the basic. That's the foundational stuff you're looking for. But did you feel like it was a cultural fit when you checked out all the competition?
Yeah, we did. We did some due diligence, and we wanted a company that had a really what we felt was a strong brand and only getting stronger. And when we reached out to one of the franchise owners out of Tampa, she was incredible, and she actually ran a brokerage as well. So there was a lot of we were in alignment with what we wanted to accomplish. So she was great, very open with us, and really made us feel like we're making the right decision with the We Insure brand. So yeah, the culture was great from the actual initial meeting at the lunch that we spoke about earlier, and then during the due diligence process, communication was always great. And then meeting with some of the franchise owners and letting us know their experience and what they had in mind really kind of helped us secure and feel comfortable about making a decision with getting into affiliate with We Insure.
Fantastic. Well, I know that you mentioned, bringing, having some control in that process, and again, that is an excellent point. But also, you mentioned before you didn't feel like some of the insurance agents that you were sending information to, or you're sending leads to, because obviously you're in real estate and that's your primary. You send leads out to other people, but you weren't 100% sure they were getting the right quotes or the right quality in those offerings. And then, of course, those go to your clients and those reflect on you. This gives you that control. But did you see that a lot? And now, it's a secondary question, part two. Did you see that people are, outside of your company are even adopting this or saying, hey, man, it's great you're doing that. Here, can you get me a quote?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great piece because our philosophy or business, model, if you will, is what's our value to our customer, right? How can we give them the service that they expect and deserve? And we felt that we were lacking when it came to getting them the proper insurance quote within the right time frame. So now we totally can offer that and control that for them. And we feel comfortable they want to shop around. We don't try to tell them we're the best. We feel like we are, and we try to prove it by the quotes that we're giving them. So far, with our short experience, I mean, the feedback has been phenomenal with them. And like you said, what happens is, a lot of times the next question is, do you guys do auto, right? So we're like, absolutely, we do auto, we do business. We can help you probably any insurance you need. So it's been a pleasant surprise. I mean, as a realtor, you're always marketing and trying to show what your value is. I'm finding that the conversation as an insurance agent is almost instant gratification when it comes to helping a consumer, right? You save them money and they want you to save them more money. And the deal is done almost within a day or 24 hours or sometimes 2 or 3 days. But you're able to strengthen that relationship, which keeps you relevant, right, with them, right? So then you can also go and, hey, if you need me to help your family member with insurance, we love the opportunity. And we obviously let them know we still in real estate, so we can help you with real estate too. So it kind of just keeps us top of mind when it comes to those two services, which in my opinion it's a great marriage, right? To have the insurance piece with the homeowner piece, because in order to buy a home, if you're financing, you need insurance, and even if you're paying cash, you're going to want insurance. So it just made a lot of sense for us.
Well, I'll tell you, by no means this is the only ancillary out there, right? The only additional business you can do. We like to say it's very turnkey, because of the support component. You don't have to be an expert on insurance to start this up. But what I really was excited about when I ran across the opportunity and joined We Insure was the fact that it really is hand in glove, and the extension that you get, the other context, because not everyone's buying or selling a home today, right? So you may not talk to them again for 7 years, but everybody needs insurance. Home and auto is a standard. You could run into someone at the grocery store and they could be worth as much as the next homeowner you sold a house to. So it's one of those things where it really opens up a much broader base for you. And then of course offering all those different services, you can really bring that much more value to your agents, your clients, and then new clients, and stay in touch with past clients that you wouldn't talk to necessarily for years on end. So for me, it was very, very exciting to see the opportunities that really exist. And when talking to you guys, how it really comes to fruition and how you really utilize it has been fantastic. So my next question is, I'm going to ask you a little bit about your office in a second, but my next question was, neither one of you were in insurance, right? So you both were in real estate. You do well in real estate. You're excited about real estate. You knew that you wanted to add this to it. My question is, how hard was it? Was it something you were thinking, this is going to be a big deal, this is going to be very daunting, or was it easier than you thought? And then the onboarding process with We.
You want me to take that, Yvonne?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want I'm sorry, you can take it if you like.
No, it's good.
Well, Yvonne is actually, she's awesome, right? She's my wife. I like to say it all the time, but she is awesome, right? I'm biased. She, you're absolutely right. We didn't have the insurance license. We new to the industry, but she's kind of like a nerd. She hates to say it, but she's like nerd. So she really dove into it, and she got to 220, which enabled us to open up the agency. And to be quite frank, her role is really dealing with the clients right now, the customers, and finding the right product for them, et cetera. My role is more of kind of the business development side, driving the business to that. But I did get my license, so I can at least have a comfort level where I know what I'm talking about, right? I'll lean on her a lot when it comes to the actual policy and what we should do for a specific client. But I did not want to just be an agency owner and not really have some kind of foundation and knowledge about the insurance industry. So as far as that, that's kind of the initial part of the onboarding. But to answer your question about the onboarding process, it was relatively painless. The communication honestly was fantastic, and it still is, which we appreciate. We're in the honeymoon stage, and we hope it's a long, long honeymoon, right? It's like, everyone has been great, fantastic. From the first day that we met Chris, just meeting everybody at every single specific department was impressive for us. What their backgrounds were. It just really made us feel like Phil, the CEO of the company, just did a great job creating that team, right? From you to Peter to Shelly, all the people that have to Katie and all her people, and Jose and Chris. We're in communication with them. They're the agency development managers on a regular basis. So as new owners, as new to the business, we have really been lighting up the phones and the communication lines to kind of get answers. And the patience has been there. The support has been there. We get a lot of tips and tricks with the network from other franchisee owners. So again, I know I'm kind of long-winded, but it's important to kind of state how the process has been very well received on our end as far as communication, the process that are in place, the support that's there. That was a huge reason why we bought the franchise as well. Not only the carriers, but the service back end, right? The support that we get on that, right? So I don't know if you want to add something to that, Yvonne, or.
No, I completely agree with you. I have been on the phone with every single department ever since we got onboarded, and it has been quick response, a lot of patience, especially because we're new in this industry, and the experience has been great. Amazingly, very, very detailed oriented in every single department. Everyone that's in place, they know what they're talking about. They know how to guide you through every single step. So the support, again, has been great. And I'm sure, that will continue, because that's the way the company has been set up, and they have done a really, really great job with that.
Great. I will tell you that we're pleased to hear that, of course. And, when we came aboard, it's interesting because the model is so flexible. Not only is it a great turnkey solution, but it attracts so many people that used to be with what we call captives, the the Allstates, the State Farms, the farmers, folks that had limited opportunities to sell product now find themselves at We Insure, and having all of this, available to offer to their clients is a great opportunity. But of course, those people were already in insurance. So, you would assume that they can, pick stuff up and move right away. Whereas, when you start talking about people that are new to an industry, that's why it's so great to hear that you guys, went through the process and really enjoyed it, and it was easier and less painful than you expected it to be. And that's good news, because not a lot of people are going to do what you do, right? Not a lot of people are going to go through and say, I'm going to go ahead and do the license myself, in addition to doing all my other work. They're going to go ahead and they're going to hire someone that's already experienced, a producer at another brand, an owner from another company, and bring them over and bring them. So my question is, have you thought about adding a producer down the road?
Yes, we have. We actually have one agent that is going through the training right now. She got her license, and she's in another room training right now with Jose and Chris. She's been an agent of ours for quite some time on the real estate side, and she's really, really go-getter, hungry, and she's excited. I had told her, I said, what's going to happen is the same thing that's happening to me, is that you're going to tell people about it, and they're going to tell you they need insurance, and you're going to say, oh my God, what are you going to do? I mean, I told her before I got my insurance license or my real estate license, I had a full set of hair, and look what happened to me. So it's kind of like, be careful what you wish for, but it's a good thing, right? I'm just joking. But she's jumping on board, and ironically, I actually met with a Geico agent. So real quick story: a friend of mine, a mutual friend of mine, introduced me to a Geico agent. He's got 23 years experience in real estate, and he loves what we're doing, and he wants to come on board. And I told him, I said, this is the right conversation at the wrong time. I didn't tell him I didn't think we're ready yet, but I think he's going to come on board. And he does 65 policies a month, and he just does auto. And I asked him, I said, well, why don't you cross sell? Why aren't you doing homeowners? And he goes, well, it's too much of a headache. And I said, well, what about the residual piece? I mean, isn't it worth the headache? And he says, well, we don't get residuals. And I'm like, whoa, well, that's the reason why you don't do it. I get it now. Yeah. So when I talked to him a little bit about that component, which is a huge reason why we bought the franchise, he was like, well, how do I get on board? So I think it's just a matter of time before we bring him on. But we're excited. Like I said, from the feedback we're getting from our sphere of influence to lender partners that we have, or lender relationships that we have, even to our current agents, but even outside agents, right? We'll call them up, and if they get under contract, we'll congratulate them and ask them if they need a quote, right? So it's just kind of been it's been kind of surreal, I mean, coming from the real estate side and then adding insurance and getting just so much feedback and so many requests for business. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me before, that one of the problems you're having right now is, you're getting so many quotes that you're starting to come in, kind of consistently, and you're like, wait a minute, now I'm going to have to figure out how to do this and balance what I do. Hence the producer question. So I know in our experience, and we've talked to quite a few, people across the country. You guys are obviously in Florida, where the home office is in Jacksonville, but now we're in 6 different states, and we're getting inquiries all the time from all over the country saying, how do we get something like We Insure in our state? Can we be the first one? How do we do this? And the first question I get from anyone who's in real estate is, how do I hire a producer? What do I say? How do I do this? And it's always surprising, because it's really not been offered like this before. It was a great offering that goes to the clients and your agents, with so many different options as far as carriers go, with the highest tier commissions. It's just not a normal offering. It's one of the first times it's kind of unique. And so a lot of people are getting into this, but the question is, of course, how do you hire that producer? And the last, 2 folks that we talked to that are in on the real estate side have offices, and they said, well, I'm just going to talk to the guy that I know. And the same exact experience you had with the Geico, gentlemen, it was the same thing. They're like, wait a minute, I can offer all this, and you already have people buying homes, so I have a lead source. How do I sign up for that? Because it's a lot easier to talk to folks than you really think. And coming aboard was something that they're hoping to do. You're hoping to find the right producer, but if you talk to 2 or 3 people, you'll be surprised what an amazing offer this really is for them. So
yeah, it is. I mean, I think on our end, again, we use a lot of our experience that we have as real estate brokers on lead gen and marketing and staying top of mind. And I think what we're working on personally right now is developing strategies that are going to work for consistent lead flow. And then once we have that, I think that bringing on producers is just pretty much going to be easy to have those conversations. And that's kind of the impression I got with this gentleman. If we were able to provide lead flow, he's like, I'm ready to come on board. And this guy he's a closer. I mean, this guy, the average agent in his office is doing maybe 20 policies, 25. He's doing more than double. So I'm like, I got to talk to him again.
Well, that's the great thing about this too, is, when you're coming at it from a real estate perspective, you lead with the homeowners and as a policy, and that's very sticky, right? People usually have it paid on escrow, and it's there for on average about 9 years before somebody even realizes they're still paying, because it's being drawn out every month. So unless there's a massive increase, you're pretty much set. So that residual income component is built into it automatically, and then having someone who's already done on the auto side can cross sell that is really kind of a winner for you guys. So I'm pretty excited to hear that you got that going. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, one last thing, and I know we've kept you on here, and I do appreciate you joining us and sharing your story. You told me a little bit about it, and you did a little tour. So I'd love to see how you set up an office. And that is also one of the questions we get. Most people who've ever looked at insurance said, it doesn't make sense because I am not in insurance, and I don't want to put up a storefront and go hire 4 or 5 people, and then I have to have all these customer support people. None of that exists with our policy. You have the flexibility to be as successful as you want to be, right? You can be as big or as small as you want. And what you did is awesome. You put it in your office, and you have an exterior entrance, which is a bonus, but you did the right kind of marketing. So you worked with our marketing department, got everything set up. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see how
I'll show it to you right now. Just to kind of, before I show it to you, we have about, it's only about 1,500 square feet, our office, but it's really laid out really nice. We have a reception area, conference room, and 4 private offices. And we have a little bit of a lounge area, and we converted one of our offices to the We Insure office, which I'll show you. And the cool thing is, like you said, Chris, we have an entrance just for that office, and then we also have the main entrance for all the offices. So I'll see if I can figure this out and give you a quick tour. Give me 1 second.
Your office is named, both United and on the We Insure side is named Advisors, correct?
Yes.
So how many agents do you have on the United side that work with you?
We have about 60 agents, and we're obviously going to really do a recruiting push because now we can capture insurance business, right? Sure. So it makes a lot of sense for us even to do that. So our business model lends itself to really attracting a lot of agents. We're very agent-centric is what we call it. But yeah, let me show you the office.
Let's see it.
I hope I do a decent job. We're in
the adventure on We Wonder, so let's do it.
Is this the first on We Wonder? Okay, so we're in the back office, right? This is my office. I share an office with Yvonne. We just can't get enough of each other. So
you're socially distanced today, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me start with the beginning, and then we'll kind of backtrack. So give me a second.
And again, I will tell you, the office size you're talking about, or the agent count you're talking about, is really the office of the future. The real estate of the future is not going to be 5,000-10,000 square feet, and none of that's going to exist.
Yeah, everything's virtual, and I was taught a long time ago. Instead of having a big office space, concentrate on support, staff, and lead generation, right? Absolutely. So that's our mentality. It's like, hey, we have a really nice office, people will come to, but I think agents would rather have lead gen and support than a big office with none of that stuff, right?
Of course. Well, and the fact that you've already thought through the recruiting aspect of it, adding more agents because you're offering more services, it's just another benefit. But let's see it.
So here's my front door. We kind of walk in this way, right? And as you can see, we have this is a reception area here. We have our United Real Estate branding there. And then we have Diana, who's here. And we have our We Insure.
Nice.
Brand, right? So it looks nice. And then I'll walk you this way. Here's our, our conference room.
Absolutely.
Meet with clients here, do closings, whatever you like to do. And you kind of walk into the working area for all the agents and staff. We got a little lounge area, as you can see. don't know if I'm going too fast, but
No, you're good.
I'm going to show you this is an agent office or a producer office, right? This is just one. And then we have.
And this is very typical. You don't see agents in offices very often because they're out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
working first off.
The way I look at it, if you're an agent and you're in the office, you're not producing, right? So here's this is a training room in another office, right?
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty nice. And obviously you kind of already saw our office, right? So
Good use of space for a real estate office, absolutely.
Yeah. And I showed you this before. I really like this. So, oops, it's pretty cool.
Putting the quotes on the wall, that's great. Keeping all the agents motivated.
Yeah. Yep. So then I'll show you the We Insure.
Real on the We Insure component side. How you've integrated this. This is amazing. I've seen this.
Yeah. So here's our We Insure. Here's our producer. Our plaque. I'm going to be kind of quiet because, like I said, we have Desi. She's doing the training now, so we're going to go live with them too. So there's Desi. Here's her. Yeah. So
Can we see outside with the decals?
Got signage here, right? We're still getting this office up and running, but we have. She's training right now.
We're coming live on our training team.
So here's the outside of the office, and you can see we have signage here.
Oh, that's
right?
great.
So we have really good signage from the street, and then we have our signage here of our companies.
Very nice signage on both doors. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys have done an amazing job. That is truly first class.
Thank you. We're excited, and we appreciate that. I mean, Katie really helped us a lot with the ideas, and it was a perfect fit. So for us, it was relatively easy transition to get the office up and running because we already had an office.
Right.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, that's it. No, I want to tell you guys, it's been, it was great to meet you back, in December, and you guys are taking this all the way what you'd expect to see of someone who's really, into it and added to their office. You've integrated well. You communicated well with your agents. Again, an amazing success story. And again, coming to us from Weston, Florida, where it's 107,000 degrees. So, no, I'm also in Florida today. It's been fantastic. Thank you both. Thank you, Yvonne, and thank you, Leo, for joining us. And again, any questions, people can give us a call at that number. We're happy to answer questions from anywhere across the United States. But again, we appreciate your time. You have a great coming weekend.
My pleasure. Thank you, Chris. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
All right. Take care, guys.